guys, how are you doing? Hope you're well, hope you're doing good. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is Karol. So guys, today I'm gonna give you a story time. It's been long since I did a story time. I think I've just done it once. So I'm going to give you a story about my experience in boarding school, primary school, as I do my facial or something, as I mask my face with this product. It's called Fair Clay Mask. Okay, this video is not sponsored, disclaimer. So this product, I found it in the supermarket shelves, so I just picked it up because number one, it was cheap, and I've really been wanting to own one clay mask. And you guys, if you're passionate about skincare, clay masks are very expensive. So I found this to be cheap, and I decided to try it. So I'm going to try it with you. So my face is already moist, and I'll be facing there as I apply because the mirror is there. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna tell you about my boarding school experience. I went to boarding school in primary school and high school, but the one which takes the cake home is the primary school experience. So guys, the reason why my parents took me to boarding school was because, first of all, I was in around class 6 years. So my mom felt like it was so hard for me because I was going to a private school, and that private school was a bit far from home. And in this area, I was the only one going. So I was always lonely, walking alone to school. During my time, there was no school buses. There was no the only means of transport to school was majorly through walking, foot to bishi. So I used to walk to school alone, and I used to use shortcuts so that it can be nearer. And these shortcuts, there were maize plantations. And guys, if you're from the village, you know that during maize plantation season, it's kind of dangerous for a girl child to walk alone. Yeah. And again, it used to rain. Kericho, it rains all the time, so it used to rain a lot, and I could be most of the times I was rained on as I went to school or coming back from school. So my mom felt like I really needed to go to a boarding school so that I won't face those issues. You feel me? Again, she had her own personal reasons, because she wanted to always do her business. And I was the only remaining child. Like, my elder siblings are far much older than me. By the time I was in primary school, my sister, whom I'm following, and my other two elder brothers were in campus already. So there was no one really to take care of me when I come back to school. The house was empty because my mom could, after work, my mom could go and do her business. My dad too was working far from home. So my mom felt like there was need, because my dad, by the way, my dad was against me going to boarding school. I know it's because he always wanted to come back home. He used to come and visit us every weekend because he was working far from home. And he always wanted to come home back to at least one of his children, right? But my mom didn't want that. She wanted her own freedom, and as well, and her good reasons too. Guys, I was taken to this school, which is not so far from Kericho. It's in a place called Londiani. Londiani, if you're from Kericho, you know Londiani is notorious with cold. It's very cold. There's a forest in that place, Londiani Forest, and my school was just located next to that forest. Wow. The cold. It was super cold. By the time I'm saying it's super cold and I'm from Kericho, you really know it's super cold. So guys, this school, the reason why my parents chose this school was, number one, it was a girls only school. Number two, it was performing. But then the number one reason is supposed to be it's budget friendly. It was very pocket friendly. The fees was not much. Again, it was performing so well. Not so well actually, but at least it was performing, compared to, given that it was a public girls only boarding school. So my parents chose that school, and they took me to that school. So I was very excited, by the way, that I'm going to a boarding school. I'm going to own a metal box, my own tissues, my own accessories, my own, what am I doing? My own things. You feel me? When you're going to boarding school, they always do your own shopping. You have your own shopping. So in this school used to attract children from various walks of life. We used to have the rich kids whom could only stay for one term because life there was not that easy for the rich kids. We had those who are from the average family. Then we had those who are, I think this is good enough. And then we had those who are from families that are, let me say, humble. You feel me? Some guys used to come courtesy of sponsorships, and that school, by the way, was managed by missionaries. So there were so many. Given that it was budget friendly, so I'll stay for 10 minutes with this. Hey, have I really done the right thing? I've never used a clay mask, so I don't know if we'll just work with whatever is on my face. So guys, by the time, like, this school, not by the time, this school was budget friendly and performing, so everyone went. So we were so many guys, such that we used to sleep in a cubicle where you are supposed to sleep four. We would sleep 8. We used to have only one. We used to call it ablution block, where there are washrooms. We used to only have one, and it wasn't enough. Guys used to shower in one bathroom. We used to shower like 4 people in one bathroom. You used to squeeze yourself because you're trying to save time. You're trying to save time. Some people would shower outside. And let me tell you guys, water was an issue too in this school. So we used to go to the river. Guys, we used to go to the river to fetch water. And after you fetched your water, there was nowhere you could store it. So the only safe place, because there were some people used to steal water. So the only safe place to store your water was under your bed. And you know, if you've ever stored water under your bed, it would be cold triple the next day. Wow. So imagine showering outside. It's in a cold place and your water was under the bed. We used to freeze. Like, I remember you used to freeze. Your hands would be white. Your feet, you couldn't even feel your feet touching the ground. Oh, guys, we really survived. Like, I think if you went to this school, you can do well in the military because, guys, the suffering, the cold, you could be so, I don't know, let me not even talk about the cold too much because it was really, really, really cold. You feel me? So this school again used to have bullies. Of course, there was those kids whom parents could bring to school because they were bullies at home. They couldn't be controlled anymore. So their parents were like, let's dump them in a boarding school. Maybe they'll change with time. So guys, about the food. food, let me tell you, this is where, hey, I don't even know. Whoever came with the meal plan in that school wasn't really fair to the kids. Because you see, during that period, we were from this school you started from was from class 4, that's grade 4 to class 8. During that period, that's where you are growing up as a child. Your body really need food. But in this school, we used to eat thrice a day. Mind you, in the morning, breakfast was 6:30 or 6, around 6:30, and we used to have only porridge. Porridge only. And then we'd wait till 1 p.m. That's lunchtime. We'd have, from Monday to Saturday, we used to eat githeri. Githeri, guys, is a mixture of beans and maize. Yeah, beans and maize. Only boiled. Just boiled maize and beans. So we used to eat at 6:30 porridge, 1 p.m. githeri, and then 6 p.m. that's dinner or supper. That was only ugali and skuma. So imagine guys, you're growing up, you need food, and that's the only time you're going to eat. Those are the only food we used to eat from Monday to Friday to Saturday. Sunday was just that day you would long for, because in the breakfast you'd take tea and bread, and then lunchtime at least rice and beans, and then supper time there was 2 pieces of meat, something like that. So guys, we used to be hungry. I remember when I was going to boarding school, I was big. But when I went to that school, First time as I came home, I was just like an arrow. I had really cut weight. People used to steal maize from the store so that they can snack on them during between the meals. Imagine eating raw maize. We used to eat raw maize because we were so hungry. So, but at least during the weekends, the canteen used to be opened on Saturday. So this is where now the rich kids used to have an advantage, because when you're a rich kid, at least your parents will leave you with lots and lots of money. So this is where now this is sad. This is kind of sad, but this is where now the kids from the poor background, or maybe you don't have money, your parents didn't give you any money as pocket money, you would have to do chores for the rich kids, so that now on Saturday they can pay you with a loaf of bread. Wow, that was so. Guys used to have these friendships called stay. I don't know. Used to look for a those bullies. I told you that there were some girls who are bullies, who are rude, and maybe their parents just did drop them because they can't handle them, so they were like, let the school go and deal with them. So for me, I had a bully. I had a girl who was a bully, so I used to buy for her half a loaf of bread or full, so that at least she can protect me, because I was kind of delicate, so that she can protect me from other bullies and everything. If my clothes are lost, I would get them the next day because she knew how she's going to get it. So guys, again, this school, wow, we used to imagine, and I remember we were so many, and the canteen was only one, so people used to, it was a tug of war. By the time you get even that bread, you'll have used all your energy. Again, in this school there were no workers. We were the ones offering, being the workers again, like doing duties. We used to wash the washrooms, toilets, dormitories, dining room, dining halls, classrooms, like, but that's normal in all the Kenyan boarding schools, I guess. Like they don't employ people to wash for you the rooms where you use. So, but again, this school really did change me. Boarding school did really change me. I started working hard. I made awesome friends. And the performance of this school was just top notch. I remember my class, the class of 207, we did really perform well. Guys are doing well. Like everyone went to university. And I feel I'm so proud of you girls. If you're watching this and you're from Londiani girls, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. We are doing well. We are all doing well. And doing well doesn't mean you have a car, you have a house, you're married, you're doing what? No, the fact that you're just who you are, you're just doing good. But I see some guys are married already. Most have kids. Some of us are still searching. But I'm proud of all of us, guys. We did perform really well. This school, about performance, the teachers were awesome. Like, we used to perform so well. That's why parents couldn't think twice about bringing kids to this school. So if you're from Londiani girls and you're watching this, comment down below and remind me some of the experiences. But I've told you that going to the river, eating raw maize, wow. But this school was awesome as well. Like, I made really awesome friends and we did perform well. That was the main goal. Performing well and going to the best high schools. So guys, thank you for listening to my boarding primary school story time. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and comment down below and tell me, what did you experience? Did you have the same experience? Like, was your boarding school like mine, or you went to those group of schools where they used to wash your clothes? But I almost forgot about washing clothes. We used to wash our own clothes. From class 4 to class 8, you'd wash your own clothes. Not unless you had maybe an elder sibling in the other classes, they could help you wash your clothes. But again, rich kids were the ones who used to enjoy, because you will pay during the weekends. You'll have to buy someone a loaf of bread, so they'll do your clothes, of which it wasn't a good thing. But anyway, anyhow, that was then. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna wash off this, but then already I'm feeling some ticklish on my face. So let me not close the vlog here. Let me go wash it and then I come back. You see how my face looks like. Guys, so I'm from washing my face and my face feels so nice. I know it still looks the same for you, but I feel nice. So I can say this is not a badly off product. So that's my honest review. It's not a badly off product. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Bye.